Have you ever been out in the great outdoors just soaking in all the wildlife and beauty? You thought to yourself, man, I wish I could bring my 3D printer out here. Well, this often happens with me, which is why I'm glad to say that Creality and Jackary are teaming up to provide their high-quality outdoor power units in combination with Creality printers that'll let you take your hobby anywhere you want to go. You might notice that a lot of 3D printer people rarely go outside, and I think this has got to be part of the solution to help us embrace the outdoors a little bit more. Paired up with this Jackary Explorer 2000 Plus, I've got enough battery power here to last, it says 4.6 hours, but right now it's drawing a lot of power because it's heating up that heated build tray. Once it's up to temperature, the power consumption drops off a little bit. And I've printed as long as 9 to 12 hours on a single charge with this thing on this here little K1C. We're just gonna, be traveling the world, printing on site in beautiful locations like this. So make sure to subscribe. That's one thing that you can do to support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps brands like Jackary and Creality justify sending me their weird products to test in strange situations. Jackary sent over this nice solar panel. It's, the evening, there's not any direct sunlight, so I'm not gonna break this out just yet, but maybe in a future video, we'll try some off-grid 3D printing. So there's a bunch of ways that you can charge this thing. You can use the solar panel that I just showed you, or you can plug it into the wall and it'll draw 1500 watts and get fully charged in 2 to 3 hours. So this thing's just really awesome. If you're gonna go camping or anything, this will let you plug in any type of peripherals that you want outside. After printing almost an entire kilogram of ABS parts out on this machine, I decided, you know what? It's time we revisit the K1C and appreciate it a little bit. I mean, sure, Creality came out with the K1, which had some growing pains. It was an all-new design, and they got a lot of things wrong with that machine. But the K1C is pretty much a soft relaunch of that product. They've gone through and improved pretty much everything that was causing issues in the first place. So now it's just a lot more reliable, and it works out of the box as it should. Let's take a look at this printer and see how it's doing. Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. If anyone has any good ideas of where to run a 3D print, whether that's under a bridge, in a porta potty, you name it, we can take this 3D printer and print there. Hopefully we get up to some fun stuff. The reason why you need a good offline workflow is for situations like this where there's no Wi-Fi. With the Creality K1C, what I like about it is it accepts a regular USB Type A port down there on the side, and I can plug in a thumb drive. So, this is just an ideal application for a printer like this. Another way you can have your parts made while you enjoy the outdoors is to have today's sponsor, JLC 3DP, produce them for you. You can get parts made out of FDM, SLA, all sorts of processes are at your disposal. I use JLC CNC for a lot of my projects, and they have excellent machined parts. You don't have to provide them with complicated drawings. Just upload your CAD files and you can have them made for extremely affordable options, and shipping is nice and fast. Even if you need PCBs made or something electronic in nature, you can get those made at JLC PCB as well. They've got a whole set of manufacturing solutions for any of your creative needs. Now, K1C stands for K1 Champion. I don't know what the C stands for. Initially, I thought it stood for carbon, and they advertised that you can do carbon fiber printing with this machine. Personally, I don't love it for that application because of the tight bend inside of the Bowden tube. I guess other people have had decent success with it, and I was probably using a stiffer carbon fiber reinforced filament. But at the end of the day, I don't really like using carbon fiber filaments. If you've seen my other videos of how it sheds carbon particles, you might understand why. I think Creality and Jackary are doing some sort of sale where you can get a discount if you buy both of these together. Just as standalone products, I mean, this is a good machine. You don't have to be running it outside. I'm sure some of you would just like to run it inside, but I don't roll like that. I like to have a sense of adventure and get out and expose myself to new environments, to get those new experiences, to make the best content on YouTube. I think one of Creality's biggest issues is they're not very good at launching their products, but they make really good products at this point in time. Like, if you think about old Creality, you would always get the Ender 3 out of the box and it wouldn't really work perfectly. But with these machines, they're much more well-tuned, much more reliable, at least the one that they sent me. I mean, I don't have an unlimited sample size. But from what I've heard, people have been having good experiences with these machines. And with the K1C specifically, they redesigned and reworked a lot of things to make it more reliable. Like a new extruder, a new hot end that'll prevent leaks, and should just make for a much more reliable experience overall. Now, keep in mind, this machine isn't waterproof, but it's got these little rubber standoffs on the bottom, so I think it can work in just a tiny bit of standing water. But yeah, you don't want to push it. You don't want to get electrocuted or anything. Now remember, I'm a trained professional. I know how to use these 3D printers front to back. I think this printer is finally at the state where it's reliable. Creality's done the required improvements to make it work the way that it should. Now, ironically, the stock ABS profile will probably get you more battery life than the stock PLA profile. ABS requires higher temperatures, which means more power draw, but the fans are basically all off when you're printing with ABS. So since you're not blowing air across the heating elements on this printer, it'll allow you to get extended print time compared to what you would get if you were running a PLA print with high fan speeds. There are some ways that I think I can game the system, and I bet I could get even more battery life out of this thing. I am just estimating that I could probably get 15 to 20 hours of battery life out of this machine if I made a custom PLA profile that printed with minimal part fan. So you would either have to slow down a little bit or just print out trays of parts that have large layer times per layer. So that'll allow those parts to cool off before the print head comes around with the next layer. So if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching Nathan Builds Robots. And this is the definitive source of, This is the definitive source of 3D printing news. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, time to get out of here before someone calls the cops on me. I don't think 3D printing is illegal, but I do look kind of suspicious out here. It's a little strange to be printing under a bridge in the middle of the wilderness. Yeah, so let's get going. If you do decide to 3D print in the wild, make sure to do it safely. Don't cause any trouble, and just like with camping, your goal is to leave no trace.